covered overtime. OT, baby! Okay, so the best part of the show with Dr. Carson was when your wife would get up and she was wondering if we were all on the air, and she'd give us a big old thumbs up. That instant feedback. Candy, thank you. That was awesome.
I would yell, but you guys couldn't hear me, so that's why they come up.
There you go. She's talking to us now.
They can hear you now.
Yeah.
It was like an instant focus group.
Yeah.
Your phones, you have earpieces, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And that's why nobody, because I've been saying, that was really good, and nobody's listening.
Well, we were listening now.
We're listening. There you go.
Oh, no.
So supportive. Thank you.
No, it was great. So your highlights for the hour. We just like to tap in like this. What did you like?
I like the lively discussion with, some in-depth analysis of things. This was good. People like to say that beautiful women are airheads.
Who are those people?
Donald Trump.
And you guys demonstrate that that's not true. That's good.
Thanks, Dr. Carson.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
People are weighing in with their thoughts on you, Dr. Carson. What a joy to see Dr. Carson today. This is the live chat. Hope to see him in the middle chair again. We call that the #OneLuckyGuy chair. He has so much knowledge, not seen on the debate stage. I guess that's a reference to your often complaint of not getting enough time.
Well, it was irritating to me, but it was clear that many of the commentators just wanted to stir up a fight. They wanted to have controversy. They weren't interested in policy and solving the problems, and that to me was a little bit irritating.
Are you glad you did it? If you had to do it all over again, that you spent all that time and energy?
Well, I'm glad I did it for a number of reasons, but one of the primary reasons is because I think a lot of other people who are not career politicians will now see that it is possible to get in there and get traction, because we need to broaden the pool from which we select our leaders. They shouldn't just be politicians.
Can I ask you to clarify something? We didn't have time on air, but it sounded to me, and I could be totally wrong about this, that you almost sounded like you were supporting Trump because you want to win and he's the most electable in your case.
Well, that's one of the reasons.
So if Ted Cruz, for example, were leading, would you just as easily be able to support Ted Cruz?
I would support whoever I believe can win.
So again, if Ted Cruz were doing better in the polls, that's you basically are saying that you're supporting Trump because he's leading in the polls more than anybody.
Well, again, that's one of the reasons. It's not the only reason. One of the things I really like about him is he tends to say what he believes, even though it may not be politically correct.
But it sounds like you don't agree with a lot of the stuff that he says that he believes.
There are things that he says that I don't agree with, but that's okay. I always say if two people agree about everything, one of them isn't necessary.
Ooh, I like that. Let me ask you, when I watch politicians on the campaign trail, to me it looks so exhausting. I mean, you've done a lot of exhausting things in your life.
Right.
Is this the most exhausting thing you've done?
No.
Really?
No. Remember now, I spent 36 years working 12 to 16-hour days, juggling a lot of lives. So the campaign trail was mild compared to that.
Really? Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
There are so many, people professing their support and so on and so forth. But I want to get to some of the meatier questions on our live chat. Poos Pounder 123. Dr. Carson, how did you go from medical to politics?
Well, first of all, there is a lot of politics in medicine.
Really?
Absolutely. And particularly working in a large medical center.
Wow.
The politics are innumerable.
Wow.
And, I had to take the Division of Pediatric Neurosurgery from nowhere on the map. Nobody knew about pediatric neurosurgery at Hopkins to #1 in the nation. You got to do a lot of stuff to do that. You got to do a lot of politicking and rubbing hands and doing what you need to do. But, yeah. Absolutely.
Diane Oth says, what a joy to see Dr. Carson today. Hope to see him in the middle seat again. He has so much knowledge not seen on the debate stage. We haven't had a debate in a while. Do you think that's good or bad?
I think there were enough debates. But, it's interesting because I did do a 1-hour town hall on nothing but America's foreign policy problems. It was wall-to-wall cameras and media. And there was only one story about it. And they said, Carson demonstrates a lot more knowledge than we think. The others didn't say a word.
Why do you think that is?
Because they were all there to catch a gaffe. They wanted to find a problem. That's what they were there to report on, and they couldn't find one. So.
Yeah. If you had it to do all over again, would you do it again?
If we were in the situation that we're in, yes. If I thought we had a lot of very good candidates, I wouldn't.
So you're not ruling out a run 4 years from now if Hillary gets elected?
I really would want
Candy?
I know, we should ask your poor wife.
I like the point.
She just got really busy.
While we talk, by the way. She's not even listening to you.
Think about, and then I was working on a flower. What were you saying?
What do you think if he runs again in 4 years?
I'm not sure he wants. Well, I don't think he wants to do that because that's what he said, and to tell you the truth, is not something either one of us was looking for. Remember, I gave him up to medicine. For
Right.
30-some years.
Yeah.
I was ready to go to the movies with him. I was ready to go out to a dinner where we weren't, something connected with the department or something like that. So that's why I'm saying.
So
Yeah, you want your hubby back.
When the country is at stake, and like he was saying, our grandchildren was what made us feel that we want. We you look at the kids. This is the first generation of our nation, where the kids are going to be less well off than we are.
Yeah.
Come on, we got to do something about this.
Wow. I never thought I'd say this to a presidential candidate formally, but all men marry up.
I agree.
Terrific.
I agree.
So wait, I can't believe I forgot. We teased the whole movie thing.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay,
We have a
so let me
secret
find
being
it. Oh my
revealed on
goodness
this
gracious.
couch that no one may have heard before about Dr. Ben Carson.
That's right.
Which is you're a movie star.
An important role in a movie.
I played myself in the movie Stuck on You with Greg Kinnear and Matt Damon. Matt Damon said, "If you teach me surgery, I'll teach you how to act."
So they were stuck together. Just to remind everybody, this was what, 2003 or 4, somewhere there.
2003. They were joined at the liver.
And you did what in the movie?
And I played the surgeon who separated them.
Of course
in
you
the
did.
movie.
And so I look you up online and I realize it's you.
Yeah. They actually
And
used my
and
name.
your cap and your
everything.
scrubs and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was cool. And, there was my assistant. What was his name? Candy Sahid or something. He was so funny.
Did you enjoy it?
It was fun.
Really?
Looks like it, yeah.
You met the Farrelly brothers?
Yes.
Yeah, what was that like?
They're pretty cool guys. They're very
Yeah?
good. I actually got an honorary degree with one of them at Columbia some years ago.
Is that right?
Back before Columbia discovered that I was conservative.
Did they take it away?
Oh, goodness
Somebody would get it back?
There you go. What was the most bizarre thing that happened on the campaign trail? I mean, what was a moment that stuck out in your mind and you were like, this is stranger than fiction?
Well, not so much bizarre as memorable. Is a young man and his family came up to me and they said, remember him? And I said, he looks familiar. Because I said that about everybody. Everybody looks familiar. They said, you operated on him when he was 1 year old.
Oh.
Wow.
And you did a hemispherectomy, an operation where we take out half the brain. And he finished #1 in his class. I mean, that was so cool. And then another one, a young woman came up to my wife and she said, you're Dr. Ben Carson's wife? Yeah. She said, he operated on me when I was still in my mother's womb.
Oh.
And now she's this gorgeous.
I can't fathom
So
that.
being president would have been a step down for you.
Yeah.
Probably.
But I have to ask you
There was
that.
one other, honey, though.
Yeah.
What? Oh, when the young man died?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was devastating.
He dedicated his life to it. He took off from school. He was at Texas Tech. And at the memorial service, they said that he...
They want to hear you. You got to talk a little louder.
Oh, okay. Where are they?
And they've actually got a camera on you.
And they have a camera. Or
They got
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I think it's one of these. This one.
Oh, there we go. I see.
When he wrote a letter and saying that he wanted to work with the campaign, he didn't just have 1 or 5 reasons. He had over 20 reasons. And it was an accident that was unpreventable. The car hit a slick patch of ice from the outside and went into a truck. And in the truck there were children. But the American dream still is, his last tweet, and he didn't know it was his last tweet, was trusting God.
Wow.
And everybody that worked with him on the campaign or at school said that, you just felt closer to God with this young man.
Yeah, he was an amazing, because, we had hundreds of college volunteers, and I obviously didn't know them all, but I knew him. He really stood up.
I'm so glad that you were here, Candy, to share some stories, and we've hit a record on our live chat
like
today
blew
with
through
you.
our record on the online chat.
Yeah,
7,000 people on there.
It's been great.
That's great.
People love having you, so I hope you'll come back.
I will look forward to it.
All right,
stuff.
we're going to scoot out of here. Everybody, we are back on TV at noon Eastern tomorrow on the Fox News channel, and then here online, as you know, each day. Jump on the live chat with us tomorrow. Take care.